I don't know. I don't know initially how it came to me, but it was, this story occurred to me of Jesus returning from his time in the desert, and getting involved with a family that lives in the desert, and getting a little caught up in their own family drama. Where ideas come from is always a mystery. As I started really sitting down and writing it and developing it, I realized it was really a story about fathers and sons, and I think that's what it continues to be. But I don't feel it's necessarily controversial. I deal with an episode that is not in the Gospels. It's an episode that I've made up myself, and I only approach the human Jesus. The divine Jesus is, I wouldn't know where to start.
The movie's about Jesus, played by Ewan McGregor, and he's basically in the desert for 40 days before he's going back to Jerusalem to be crucified. And on his journey back, he encounters a family and kind of gets caught up in in the drama between the father and the son. I think the story struck me as it's such a unique father and son story, because you're dealing with the ultimate father and son story pretty much. So it's like when I read it, and a lot of the films that I had done previous to this one, I had dealt with the same kind of thing, same kind of genre, with a father and son story, and I was always very close to my father growing up, and I felt like this was so different than my relationship with my father, so it gave me a chance to explore something new.
I was sent the script to read, and I had no idea what I was going to read. I'd met Rodrigo Garcia, the director, and I'd liked him very much, and I was sent a script by him that he said that I probably wouldn't want to do, and it was just a bit like showing a red rag to a bull for an actor, and I thought, oh really? So I opened it, and the script, the first 4 or 5 pages of the script is just a description of a man walking through the desert, sleeping under a tree, waking up cold in the morning, fighting against the wind. It was just a beautiful sort of poetic meditation of a man in the desert. I didn't know who the man was, or where the man was, or when the man was. There was no description of that. And it was very poetic in a way. And then he sees a man in the distance who's walking towards him, and as he gets closer, he realizes that the man is himself. He's looking at himself. And at that point in the script, it has the first line of dialogue, and the first line of dialogue was spoken by Lucifer. And when I saw the word Lucifer, I thought, okay, now I know who we're dealing with. And so, but by that point, I was so enamored with the script. I was in.
Great story.
Thank you.
Thanks.